I've got scales. No, it's a weight. It's not like an amount.
Yes.
It's a weight.
I think this is a proof of when it's all theory, it gets confusing, but you've got to put it into practice.
But if you're going to get a ton of feathers, you'd have to go to space and buy
If you
space
had
birds.
a demonstration,
You wouldn't be able to.
you
use
couldn't
it.
argue
Yeah,
with
yeah.
it.
Denied! Denied! I don't care! I'm right!
So what weighs most then? A kilogram of Maltesers or a kilogram of Mars bars?
They're the same.
The same.
Yes.
So what weighs the most then? 1 ton of feathers or 1 ton of lead?
Neither. Like, no, like, lead is going to be heavier.
Why?
You could have a tiny piece of lead. Tiny.
Does
A
anyone,
ma-
does
a massive
anyone have
sack of lead?
a...
of
Denied! Does anyone have a feather?
feathers? That doesn't matter.
There's
No.
not one
Put
feather.
out of your
It's like
mind
some people have,
whether the lead's a
A
little
great
bit, a
big-
big bit, or whatever.
don't they? Some
A
people
ton of
have
it
a
is.
great big double duvet, king size duvet, full of feathers. That's brilliant.
That's
isn't it?
heavy. If you laid under a real feather duvet, that can be, and if you got it wet as well.
Oh, I don't know about that in the equation.
That can't
That's
count
a
in the
good
equation
point.
because you're adding
But
the
she hasn't added
the density of the water.
No, if you got it and weighed it, and it weighed a ton, it still weighs a
That
ton,
could be
doesn't it?
relevant if the feathers are dry or wet.
No, it doesn't.
Let's
because
ask
a ton
Annie.
is a ton.
Let's see if we can get
Yes, but you wouldn't need so many.
No.
Would you?
If it was wet, it would make it heavier.
Yes.
And then you wouldn't need as many.
Exactly.
But that means if they got dry again,
Yeah, but that
they
but,
would still be heavier.
yeah, but then you're measuring feathers and water, so
Ollie,
that's rubbish.
Ollie, what weighs more? A ton of dry feathers or a ton of wet feathers?
Great question.
Yeah, that's a good question. Liz.
Thank you. It doesn't matter if they're wet or dry. A ton is a ton.
No.
You don't have to tell me.
Denied! I do not accept this right now. Let me speak.
We'll be going home shortly. We'll leave this with you.
No.
You stay where you are. You started it.
No. You. If you have wet.
Get Annie down here.
Is she practicing for a sort of a university debate or something?
Society. God help them.
No, if you had a ton of wet feathers, like you got them all in water and you weighed them, and you did dry feathers.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much it is
Right.
because, like when it's wet, there'd be less, wouldn't there? So let's say you
But
have
they
feathers.
still weigh a ton. It doesn't matter.
No,
if they're wet.
no, but then when they dry out, there's less.
When they
isn't
dry
there?
out, yes, they wouldn't weigh a ton. You're right. But at the time that they're wet, they weigh a ton. And the other ones, you've got, there'll be more of them.
So if you have a ton of feathers when they're wet, and a ton of feathers when they're dry, which one weighs the most?
Are you tying you up in knots?
She's thinking about it.
Oh.
She's thinking about
It
it.
goes back again to what weighs most: a kilogram of Maltesers or a kilogram of Mars bars?
To me, then Mars bars would actually be more. So I wouldn't be bothered to get a kilogram of Maltesers because I don't like them.
Molly, when the academy people come round, you know, they say things that you're good at. You're good at maths, but tell me you have a bit of problem with weights and measures.
Bloody good at arguing.
Yeah, strength in debating.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, you should have been on the Brexit table.
Cool, yeah, she'd have those. Volunteer for Brexit negotiations.
Yeah. Go and help Theresa May on the Brexit negotiations.
You're tying knots,
I'll
I'll
Molly.
tell them all the bad things that will happen if we leave, and then they'll be like, no. we're
What are the
not
bad things?
I would be part of the big lovely union.
You're absolutely right. And after Brexit, will the feathers be wet or dry?
There'll be British feathers, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
They'll be white and they'll be British. None of these foreign feathers coming in, filling our duvets.
Yeah, what about the lead? Where's that come from?
Church roof.
Church roofs, yeah.
Oh dear.
Very interesting. Very interesting. want you in
If
your
you
place.
sneakily record people.
It's not very sneakily though. It's just
No,
like.
no.
So, what weighs most? A ton of 2 fingers or a ton of 1 fingers?
No, a ton of 2 fingers.
Why?
No, I didn't finish my sentence.
Oh, sorry.
A ton of 2 fingers is twice as much as a ton of one finger.
But you'd only need half as many. make
Half as
up a
many
ton.
2 fingers as the 1 finger.
If she ends up getting a degree in mathematics or does a
Is it-
PhD in advanced mathematics,
Is it
And
This-
this proves this theory.
th- th- th-
Yeah.
this is going to be played to the whole room.
Is it
Yeah,
relevant
but
if
what
it's a
if
little
she takes this and
pinky?
disproves it? That would be brilliant.
Is
Oh
that
no,
relevant?
you'd want more little
Or a big
pinkies.
one? Or a thumb?
So, a ton of 2 fingers or a ton of 1 finger, Molly? What do you
It
think?
depends on what the actual fingers are.
Could be a little pinky.
Why does it? If they both weigh a ton, why is one more than the other?
This isn't a maths thing, is it? It's a logic.
She's talking about, she's envisaging quantity as opposed to weight, isn't she?
Yeah, she's envisaging
Exactly.
the items themselves.
And that's exactly right, because when we did the Maltesers versus the Mars bar,
Yeah.
we said a
She
key
got a picture.
Maltesers. I'll start again. 100 Maltesers equals a kilogram, and 20 Mars bars equals a kilogram.
I don't
Which
know.
which
I don't know
which
why.
weighs the most? And she said they're both the same. But then when you move on to a ton of feathers
Yeah.
or a ton of lead,
She's envisaging a quantity.
yeah, it's because you can't imagine how big a ton of feathers would be.
You're more than your mum.
Yeah, lead is heavier than feathers. So if you had 1 feather and 1 chunk of lead,
No, does anyone
Then the
actually have
lid-
a feather?
It doesn't matter.
I need a feather.
No.
I need a feather to prove what I'm about to say.
Pretend you have a feather in your hand. Have a pretend
No,
feather.
I know. I need a real feather.
have you got
Oh,
a
but-
white flag?
She's very persistent, isn't she? I mean, there's 4 of us that are sort of agreeing.
That's what I mean. I'm finding it
I even
very,
think Patsy knows as well.
1 second. I need to go to a cushion quickly.
Is that your lead?
Where did you get that lead from?
This is one of the things.
Oh, it's a pencil lead, I see.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
still red.
Right. So what are you hoping to prove here, Molly?
The lead is heavier than the...
Wait, if
Feather.
you have a ton, what would it be? Grams or ounces?
Well, there's an imperial ton and there's a metric ton, so it doesn't really matter whether we'll say it's a metric ton, which is 1,000 kilograms. Right?
So it's grams.
Oh no.
Yeah,
you-
gram. Yes,
I don't
it's,
know.
yeah. So put it on grams because you're only gonna. Hey, that's probably
Doesn't
almost too
register,
light
does
to
it?
register, isn't it?
Nothing's happening.
No, it's too light to register. I bet even if you put the feather on, in both of them, it doesn't register, does it?
Wait. Let's say all of this is lead.
Which it is, apart from the plastic case. But-
Still not registering, is it?
No, I think sort of those sort of scales, if it's for cooking, you're not going to be measuring things requiring that level of lightness. are you?
In fact, I've got another way to prove this theory. That I am correct and you are wrong. And you're talking loads of bullshit.
Some things we taught at school that we've just given them as facts, aren't we?
Yeah, a lot of things you're just given as a fact. Yeah.
So, Nanny,
Mhm.
give me your hand. Can you feel that on your hand? Can you feel that it's kind of heavy? Not
It's
like
certainly
heavy,
not heavy.
not exactly heavy as such to, like, you can feel it.
I can feel it. It's not
What about that?
I don't think it tickles a bit. That's the only way I can
Tickle, so
think
you can
of it.
feel it. Ah, you
Yeah.
can
I was
feel
going
it.
to say, apart from that, I don't think I'd know
That it was there.
on my hand. Yeah.
There's, for example, if you had a glove on and you put them in your hands, do you think you would be you'd be able to feel it, wouldn't you? Because
What's a glove got to do with it?
Oh, we're weighing the glove.
no, listen, you can feel this in your hand, but in this you can't actually feel it, and that's just how light this is.
So how many of those pencil leads do you think you'd need then to make up a ton?
A ton of pencil leads.
How many individual pieces would it need?
I think the point can be made by reducing the amount, really, the weight. You could say
If we took out the substance,
Well,
An
Nigel
ounce.
did that with the
you could say an
Maltesers
ounce
and
of
Mars
feathers.
bars.
if we say then, Molly, which weighs most, a ton or a ton?
Well,
If we take away
A ton of something.
if we
and a
take
ton
away
of
the
something.
description, what weighs most, a ton or a ton?
well, it depends what it actually is, though. Because like a feather,
Does,
it's
does it, Molly? Does it?
I just said to Anya, what weight for?
Does
Feathers
it
or a ton of
really
lead?
matter what it is?
I'm thinking lead, she goes, but I think it's a trick question. I think it's going to be feathers. She was going to say feathers, and I went, no. Lead. I went, no. And she went, yeah. And she went, they're the same. And I went, yeah. And she went, for fuck's sake.
Oh.
Excellent.
Have we convinced you yet, Molly?
No, you got scales.
I will never forget Molly's 11th birthday.
No one will ever forget Molly's 11th birthday because this video is going to go viral.
Oh, goodness.
This one won't be unlisted. I'm going to post this on a Dan and Phil website. See if any of those funny little people understand it.
We've been trying to weigh a feather, Sam, but your
Oh.
scales
Yeah.
won't register.
They're not sensitive enough.
No.
No.
Anyway, Molly, thank you very much for your entertainment
Thank you,
today.
Molly.
no, but you were still wrong though.
Why?
That reminds
I've
me
given
of
you
that.
I've given you my reasonings.
I know.
You're just not listening carefully enough, so you can hear that I'm actually
Hallelujah.
right.
Wasn't it Winston Churchill who said, "Yes, but if I agree with you, we'll both be wrong." I think that was attributed to him. I don't know for sure if it was.
Oh, I'm going to say that for work. That's
Very
brilliant.
strong.
That's brilliant.
Very strong. I like that.
That is brilliant.
He also once said of someone, he's a very humble man, and indeed he has much to be humble about.
Mhm.
Molly, you're wrong. You are. You're wrong.
She's going to stick to her guns.
You're wrong. I shall play this back to you every day and prove to you that you're wrong.
Here, Molly, ask your teacher tomorrow. See if you can get over with it.
Oh, yeah, that's a
I could
good
flick
one.
that on Miss
Hey,
Fitch.
that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
If I had
Like to be a
ton
fly
of
on the wall
feathers
there,
and
nice.
Yeah, yeah.
red, and she'll put it to the whole class.
Oh no,
You would
then
have
all
started,
day everyone will be
right?
arguing.
Oh,
I-
fiddly-dee.
I've got a great idea. Why don't you wait until Friday and say to the class for golden time, let's have a little discussion.
Yeah, it'd be hands up. Ton of feathers, ton of lead. What's the heaviest?
I might have to scale it down.
Who thinks? Well, yeah, he
I
could
think
scale it
so.
down. Yeah.
Like an ounce.
Yes, I think so.
Saying it's a ton.
Is that making it too...
No, the thing is, with lead, an ounce of lead, blimey, that has to be the very, very tiny bit of lead.
Seeing as you've used pencil leads, I really can't see why it's so hard to think of a ton of pencil leads or a ton of feathers, because they're about the same weight.
Is a single pencil lead, yeah, I'd say, is about the same weight as a feather.
No.
If
If you look at the size of this feather, all of these are probably the same size.
yeah,
So to have a fair testing, you'd have to use all of these, wouldn't you? Not just one piece to know if they were the same.
No, you need some really, really sensitive scales. Probably some
Yeah,
some
what I'm saying
scientific
is
scales.
that feather and one pencil lead, that size,
Mm.
probably about the same. So, as
But
Dad
to have
says,
some fair testing, you'd have to have the same, like, It'd have to be the same
So
size.
if you had the right scales, you could do that exactly as you said, but you'll probably find you could test it out, like physically, couldn't you? And work out and find out if you're right or wrong. That's
Yeah.
the thing. We're talking in theory, as
Yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah.
You could have a theory, and then you could test it, and then you'd
Yeah.
know whether you were right or not. At the moment, you know, none of us can actually prove what we're saying because we haven't got a ton of lead and we
No.
haven't got a ton of feathers.
No.
Actually, it
What do you mean we can't prove it?
No,
A ton of feathers weighs the same as a ton of lead.
Yes.
we know that
We know
theoretically,
that.
but we can't prove it physically in this room now
No.
to convince
It's
us.
all theoretical, really.
Yeah, is this more a science thing then? Is it like what you'd want is? It's not a maths thing in a way, is it? You'd
No.
do an experiment, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? You'd
Yeah,
get
it's an
right. Let's get a ton of
Throw
feathers
feathers in the bin.
and a ton of lead.
Mate, this has got nothing to do with science. It's to do with blinkers.
We know.
So, some people have got blinkers off, some people have got blinkers on. Okay.
No,
we
and
know
that-
theoretically that is true.
And that's why I broke it down into Maltesers and Mars bars.
I think that's what science is, isn't it? It's like you know something, but you've got to prove it to other people without any ifs or buts or maybes.
But it was
Yeah,
proven
this
with
is one of the
Maltesers
scientific
and Mars bars.
Yeah, but
And,
it's
and
not-
she got that. And she said they weigh the same.
Yeah,
100 Maltesers
yeah,
weighing 1 kilo
yeah.
and 20 Mars bars weighing 1 kilo. When the question was asked which weighs most, she said they're both the same.
Yeah.
So she's got it, but now it's a question of scale.
I understand, Nigel, but it's just like Molly is not convinced. How can you convince Molly?
Only by getting a ton of feathers and a ton of lead and putting them on a balance, and they'll be. Look at that.
But feathers are lighter, so they wouldn't push down on the scale. Do you not understand? For example, if you got a gram of lead,
Do you ever feel like you're being trapped in a crystal maze or something?
no,
It doesn't matter which button you press, the door still won't bloody open.
no, listen to me. If you got, for example, if you got a kilo of lead, like you said for the Mars bars and
Yeah, okay.
Maltesers, and you put that on a scale, then you got a kilo of feathers. Because the feather is so light, it would never push down.
But if you had a kilo of feathers in a big bag,
They're not pushing down, they're being pulled by gravity.
Oh,
But if
That's a good point.
yeah, that's going to help the situation.
Objection!
It's on the moon.
Objection! Objection!
Could be your question.
Objection!
Are we
Objection! Objection!
Earth's gravity?
Objection!
Hey, let
or
Nanny
are
speak.
we in
Free
outer
speech.
space? That's a good point.
No, it doesn't matter about
Does
gravity.
anything weigh anything if we don't have gravity?
No.
Exactly. You're right, he's right, we're all right.
No, in space, you
Now,
actually
Daddy's
weigh
talking
less.
about.
in space.
Daddy's talking about
You're saying
gravity.
Yeah.
You're talking about I don't know what.
no, you're
What weighs the
saying
most?
that
What's
without
the point?
the grav, with like,
A ton of lead in
you're in
space
space,
and
you
a
won't
ton of
have it.
feathers in
Exactly.
space.
but you are in
But your
space.
feathers would just fly away.
We are in space. Just we're not exactly floating around in the abyss, are we? We're on
Nigel,
something. That's
can you hit me with a
insane.
large implement?
No.
Would they burn up?
How much does the implement weigh?
It don't matter. The heavier the better.
But it don't weigh anything if you haven't got gravity.
No, in the moon you don't have gravity.
Hit me with a ton of feathers, for goodness
And
sake.
in the sun, everything would just burn.
Oh, it's going off on a big tangent now. It's no. It's bad enough as it was.
Have you ever heard of Sir Isaac Newton?
No, listen.
He invented
listen.
gravity.
No,
He did not.
he didn't invent gravity. He learned more. He learned more about gravity when an apple fell next to him.
He stated the bleeding obvious. Or
He gave a name
Let
to
me
it.
say, it doesn't
You
matter.
just need a well-chosen comment, chuck it in and watch what happens.
No, listen.
but
I've got.
only if you've got gravity.
You know when you have the scales that go up and down.
Yeah, yeah.
When there's nothing on there, nothing just. It doesn't just flop down, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Especially if you take the battery out, nothing happens.
No, I mean the scales where you put things in and it
Yeah.
changes.
Yeah.
Those ones. If there's nothing in it, it doesn't matter about gravity. It doesn't go to the ground, does it? It doesn't just fall to the ground.
No.
Exactly.
No.
So when you put
Well, you've got nothing in
when
it.
you put feathers in,
Have you ever heard of Newton meters?
Probably because it's
So Isaac Newton invented them.
It's compensate for gravity.
What does?
It will be calibrated to compensate for gravity.
What would?
A scale.
Scales, yeah.
Ah,
Wouldn't they?
yes.
Gravity's all around us, so when they make it, they have to.
Anyway, Molly, you shouldn't have to do all this brain work on your birthday. You
not.
should be having a bit of fun.
Molly.
You call this brain work? It's absolute dribble.
you're doing absolute dribble.
Ton of feathers.
Do you?
A ton of feathers weighs
Oh, that's that one.
the same as a ton of lead.
It doesn't though.
It does. How much? I'll tell you, all of your birthday and Christmas money that you were counting out earlier, we'll have a bet. And if I'm right, I keep your birthday and Christmas money.
Oh no,
No.
And if you're wrong, I'll just pat you on the head.
no. I think that's what scientists
See,
do.
put
though.
put money on it, and then she she doesn't want to sort of take you on. We found your root cause, girl.
You're not taking my money because I never even put down the bet. You're trying to take a bet down with my money. You should do it with your money.
Okay. How much does your money weigh?
Ooh.
If you've got six £10 notes,
Just put the envelope on.
and then you get another six £10 notes, which weighs the most? I know you're cheating now because you got 20s.
Ah. Don't think that register, is it?
Registering.
Wait.
Is it turned on?
Coins will.
You said how much does my money weigh?
Still not registering?
That's not right. That must register, surely.
The card.
It might. It could be because the scales aren't exactly level.
No, that's true, yeah.
Maybe one of your legs weighs more than the other. Anyway, thanks for the entertainment, Molly.
It weighs 114 grams.
Right.
114?
Well, without the card, 106 grams.
Right. That's it then. Molly's just lost her bet. She's going to give me all of her birthday and Christmas money.
Oh, no.
Don't you dare. You earned that just in the entertainment value, Molly.
Yeah.
I think you should put a hat down in front of you like a busker, and we should sort of like put coins in to show how entertained we've been. Now, poor granddad's been driven out of the room now. You've finally beaten him.
I don't know why you keep on saying that I'm wrong because I am right. I don't care if you're going to say
I
something.
admire your insistence, Molly, I really do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You cannot disagree with that.
Your beliefs. Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,